Ed Bolen. I'm the president and CEO of the National Business Aviation Association.
And the National Business Aviation Association does what exactly?
The National Business Aviation Association represents thousands of companies all over the United States of all different sizes, small, medium, and large, that rely on general aviation aircraft, private aircraft, to get where they need to be when they need to be there for a business purpose.
Give me an example. What kind of firms are we talking about?
Oftentimes, general aviation aircraft are flying to or from communities with little or no commercial airline service. So if someone, for example, was going to fly from Salina, Kansas to Des Moines, Iowa, that would be an example where a construction company, maybe a medical company, a manufacturer may be bringing people to another area for a sales call or bringing people in to discuss a project. So you see all of these companies all over the United States using general aviation aircraft to be efficient, to turn travel time into productive work time, to move products that may be too big to fit in an overhead bin or too sensitive to go in a cargo hold, maybe trying to hit 3 cities in one day as opposed to 1 city in 3 days.
Now, you didn't happen to choose Kansas as a starting point because you're from Kansas, did you?
I might have. 85% of the business aviation companies in the United States are small and mid-sized companies. But there are Fortune 500 companies, for example, that are relying on general aviation aircraft, a business aircraft, to get where they need to be safely, securely, flexibly. And so a number of the best companies, whether you look at that as earnings per share, most admired brands, best places to work, through the years, companies that utilize and leverage business aviation outperform those companies that do not. Everybody in the air transportation system wants the U.S. to have the largest, the safest, the most efficient air transportation system in the world with the most diverse aircraft and aircraft operations. What we have seen since January 29th is a unified aviation industry, airlines, labor, business aviation, all of general aviation. We've all united in a coalition known as Modern Skies. There's a unanimity of purpose and resolve. We've got a deadline, we've got the leadership, and we've got the first kickstart of money. When we talk about a brand new air traffic control system, we're talking about people, we're talking about facilities, and we're talking about equipment. When we get to facilities, we're talking about buildings that were built in the 1960s, the 1970s. And so, as you can expect from older buildings, they're not designed for modern communications. They're not designed for some of the realities that we have. In some cases, there are leaky roofs. In some cases, that's not enough room for large-scale cooling systems. Moving from analog to digital in every aspect of air transportation is going to open up a lot of opportunities, but we've got to have the people and we have to have the facilities to support that equipment and that technology. We all know that on January 29th, we had a commercial accident that took place over the Potomac River in the shadow of our nation's capital. It was the first major commercial airline accident in 15 years, and it was horrific, tragic, and it broke our hearts. But it also steeled our resolve to build a brand new air traffic control system and not be distracted by other issues that have come up in the past. We also have seen that the President of the United States, the Secretary of Transportation, Congress, and the general public is saying this is a national imperative.